On December 12, 1787, Pennsylvania became the second state. Pennsylvania's nickname is the Keystone State. Pennsylvania has 46,055 square miles of total land, ranking in 33rd, behind Mississippi and before Ohio. 44,742 of that is land area, which is behind Mississippi and before Louisiana, ranking at 32nd. And 1,311 of that is water square miles, ranking at 28th, behind New Jersey and before South Dakota. Pennsylvania has an average length of 170 miles and width of 283 miles. On April 1st, 2010, Pennsylvania had a population of 12,702,379, ranking at 6th, behind Illinois and before Ohio. From 2010 to 2020, Pennsylvania's population increased by 2.36%, which was the 8th slowest. This allowed Pennsylvania to pass Illinois in the 2020 census with 13,011,844, which ranks it now 5th in the United States. Pennsylvania is the 9th crowded state, behind Florida and before Ohio, with 290 people per square mile. Pennsylvania's state flag was emitted on June 13, 1907. It is the standard blue background with the state seal, which many states have. The biggest city in Pennsylvania is Philadelphia, with a population of 1,603,797, which ranks it the 6th largest city in the United States, behind Phoenix and ahead of San Antonio. Pennsylvania's capital is Harrisburg, with a population of 50,099, ranking at 39th in the United States, behind Olympia and ahead of Charleston, West Virginia. The biggest metropolitan area in Pennsylvania is the Delaware Valley metro area, with a population of 6,228,601, ranking at 7th in the United States. The state bird is the ruffed grouse, the state flower is the mountain laurel, and the state tree is the eastern hemlock. Pennsylvania is located in the mid-Atlantic region of the United States. It borders 6 states and also 1 Great Lake. New York and Lake Erie to the north, Ohio to the west, West Virginia to the southwest, Maryland to the south, Delaware to the southeast, and New Jersey to the east. Pennsylvania's average elevation is 1,233 feet, ranking at 20th in the United States. And the highest elevation in Pennsylvania is Mount Davis, with 3,213 feet above sea level, ranking at 33rd. The lowest elevation in Pennsylvania is the Delaware River at the Delaware border. Pennsylvania has several regions that are all distinct to each other. The southeastern part of the state contains the Delaware Valley, which is named from the Delaware River flowing through, and primarily contains the Philadelphia metropolitan area. The Pennsylvania Piedmont is heavy agricultural section and a candidate for extensive ecological preservation. Pennsylvania is Dutch County, home to Amish, where German language is historically common. In the northeastern region, we got the Pinocchio's Mountains, the coal region, which is the largest known deposits of anthracite coal in the Americas. Wyoming Valley, which is a crescent-shaped depression, part of the ridge and valley or folded Appalachians. The Endless Mountains, which is a mountain range that is all plateaus, and the Northern Tier, which is the northern tip of the northeastern region of Pennsylvania. Central Pennsylvania has the Susquehanna River Valley, which is the river that flows through the region and is the longest river on the East Coast. South Central Pennsylvania, which is the region that lies between Delaware Valley and the west of the state. The Southern Alleghenies, which is the south region of the Allegheny Mountains. Happy Valley, which is a large valley in central Pennsylvania and home to Penn State University. Cumberland Valley, which is a valley that lies between the Blue Ridge Mountains and the South Mountain. In western Pennsylvania, we have the Laurel Highlands, traverses Laurel and Chestnut Ridges of the Allegheny Mountains. We got the greater Pittsburgh metropolitan area. We got the Allegheny National Forest, the Pennsylvania Northwest region, which is north of Pittsburgh, and the coast of Lake Erie. The environment in Pennsylvania varies from sea level, hills, valleys, plateaus, and mountains. The mountain ranges in Pennsylvania are the Appalachian, Allegheny, and the Pinocchio's. We got the Appalachian Mountain Range that goes through 17 states, including Pennsylvania. The Allegheny Mountains connects to the Appalachian Mountains. The Pinocchio's, which is the northeastern mountain range. and other smaller mountain ranges include Bear Pond, Blue Ridge, Conewago, Music, Town Hill, and the Endless Mountains. The main waterways in Pennsylvania is the Delaware River, the Allegheny River, the Ohio River, the Monongahela River, and the Susquehanna River. Pennsylvania has 83,000 of rivers, creeks, and streams within the state. Pennsylvania is the 35th flattest state, and 58.6% of the state is covered by forests, which ranks it 13th in the United States. The climate in Pennsylvania has two zones, with the Appalachian Mountains and northern portion of the state under a humid continental climate, and the southern portion is under a humid subtropical climate. The whole state experiences cold winters and humid summers. The average temperature in Pennsylvania is 48.8 degrees, ranking it 30th in the United States. Average rainfall in Pennsylvania is 42.9 inches, which is the 21st wettest state. The hottest temperature ever recorded in Pennsylvania was 111 degrees in Phoenixville on July 10th, 1936. This is the 35th highest out of all the states. The coldest temperature ever recorded in Pennsylvania was negative 42 degrees in Smethport on January 5th, 1904, which was the 23rd coldest. The greatest 24-hour rainfall in Pennsylvania was 13.50 inches during Hurricane Agnes in York, Pennsylvania, on June 22, 1972. The greatest 24-hour snowfall, which was 38 inches on March 20th, 1958 in Morgantown, PA. The greatest two-day snowfall in Pennsylvania was 60.5 inches on December 24th through the 26th on 2017 in Erie, Pennsylvania. Natural disasters in Pennsylvania vary from flooding, severe storms, tropical storms, winter storms, and tornadoes. There has been 50 federally declared national disasters since 1953, ranking it the 29th most. On February 28, 1681, Charles II granted a land charter to William Penn to repay a debt owed to his father. This land was once the largest land grants to one person in history. The land was named Pennsylvania and was named after the Admiral William Penn. Between 1730 and 1764, Pennsylvania made its own money to account for the gold and silver shortage. In 1763, the Indians commenced hostilities to the Pennsylvania people and eventually escalated to the Pontiac's War. This caused 8 forts to be destroyed, hundreds of colonists were killed or captured until peace negotiations ended the war in 1764. In May of 1775, the Second Continental Congress wrote up the Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia. The British captured Philadelphia, which pushed the Continental Congress to retreat to Lancaster and to York on September 27, 1777. They drew up the Articles of Confederation to create the 13 independent states, and the Constitution was drafted and signed in Pennsylvania State House, or Independence Hall, and was also where the Declaration of Independence was signed. The General Assembly met in the old Dauphin County Courthouse until 1821, when the Hills Capitol was constructed. This lasted until February 2, 1897, in which it was burned down during a snowstorm. On August 15, 1906, the new Pennsylvania Capitol building was constructed in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and is widely known as one of the most beautiful Capitol buildings in our nation. The Battle of Gettysburg was fought during July 1st through the 3rd, 1863, in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. 350,000 soldiers from Pennsylvania, along with 8,600 African Americans as volunteers for the Union Army, fought in the battle. First commercially drilled oil well was near Titusville, Pennsylvania in 1859, which led to the first major oil boom in the United States. Pennsylvania's economy in the beginning of the 20th century was based off of steel, lodging, coal mining, textile production, and other industrial manufacturing, which employed immigrants as young as children for cheap work labor. In 1923, President Calvin Coolidge established the Allegheny National Forest to protect the forest from timber production, and is the only national forest in Pennsylvania. On the tragic day of September 11, 2001, Flight 93 was hijacked and crashed in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania during the 9/11 terrorist attacks. This killed 44 people immediately in the aircraft. The biggest cities in Pennsylvania are Philadelphia with 1,603,797 people, Pittsburgh with 302,971 people, Allentown with 125,845 people, Reading, which is 95,112 people, Erie with 94,831 people, Upper Darby Township with 85,681 people, Scranton with 76,328 people, Lower Marion Township with 63,633 people. Bensalem with 62,707 people. Abington with 58,502 people. 81% of Pennsylvania's population is white or Caucasian. 12.2% of Pennsylvania's population is black or African American. 8.4% of Pennsylvania's population is Hispanic or Latino. And 3.9% of Pennsylvania's population is Asian. Pennsylvania is the 22nd most visited state, with attractions like Hershey Park, Allegheny National Forest, college and professional sports, along with many others contributing. The major interstates in Pennsylvania is I-79, I-81, I-76, and I-80. I-79 is a north-south interstate from Morgantown, West Virginia to Erie, Pennsylvania, going through Pittsburgh. I-81 is a north-south interstate on the eastern side of the state, going from Maryland to New York. I-76 is an east-west interstate which starts in Philadelphia and goes across the state and goes right outside of Pittsburgh. I-80 is the east-west interstate that cuts directly through the center of the state from New Jersey to Ohio. Pennsylvania has voted Democratic for 11 out of the last 18 presidential elections. Pennsylvania is one of the most powerful swing states in the country. It has voted for the winning president 81.4% of the time in its history. Pennsylvania ranks 23rd in college graduation rate and 16th in high school graduation rate. Pennsylvania has 6,567,803 total agriculture input, ranks at 22nd. Total crops in Pennsylvania, 2,566,660, ranking at 22nd as well. Pennsylvania is first in mushroom production and fourth in apple production. Pennsylvania's GDP in 2020 was $780 billion, ranking at 6th. Pennsylvania has a median household income of $61,744, ranking at 24th. Per capita income in Pennsylvania is $84,849, ranking at 20th. The cost of living in Pennsylvania is 29th, and the average house price in July of 2022 was $267,549, ranking at 33rd. The largest employers as of 2021 in Pennsylvania is Aramark, which is in Philadelphia and has 215,000 employees. Comcast, also in Philadelphia, which has 184,000 employees. Communications Construction Group in Westchester with 118,000 employees. Universal Health Services, which is in the King of Prussia, with 87,000 employees. Genesis Healthcare in Kennett Square, 68,700 employees. And then UMPC in Pittsburgh with 53,171 people. Rite Aid in Camp Hill with 53,100 people. The PNC Financial Services Group in Pittsburgh with 52,906 employees. The First Commonwealth Bank in Indiana, Pennsylvania with 51,800 employees. And the Healthcare Services Group in Bensalem with 48,900 employees. The violent crime rate in Pennsylvania is 389.5 per 100,000 people involved, which ranks at 24th in the United States. In 2021, Pennsylvania had a poverty rate of 12.02%, ranking at 27th. The unemployment rate in Pennsylvania in 2021 was 6%, ranking at 40th in the United States. Pennsylvania has 67 counties, 0 national parks, 1 national forest. Cherry Valley National Wildlife Refuge, Erie National Wildlife Refuge, and John Hines National Wildlife Refuge is the 3 national wildlife refuges in Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania also has 20 other national protected areas within the state. Pennsylvania has 121 state parks, 20 state forests. The income tax rate in Pennsylvania is 3.07%. The sales tax rate in Pennsylvania is 6%. The property tax rate in Pennsylvania is 1.43%, ranking at 11th. 8.46% tax burden rate, which is 23rd. Pennsylvania has plenty of sports teams within the borders. In the NBA, it has the Philadelphia 76ers, which is 2-time NBA champions. In the NFL, Pennsylvania has the Philadelphia Eagles, which is a 1-time Super Bowl champion, and 3 pre-Super Bowl NFL champions. Pittsburgh Steelers with 6 Super Bowls. The MLB, Pennsylvania has the Philadelphia Phillies with 2 World Series champions and 7 National League pennants. The Pittsburgh Pirates with 5 World Series champions and 9 National League pennants. In hockey, Pennsylvania has the Philadelphia Flyers, which has 2 Stanley Cup championships and the Pittsburgh Penguins with 5 Stanley Cups. In the MLS, Pennsylvania has the Philadelphia Union. Lastly, Division I college sports that's in Pennsylvania is the Penn State Nittany Lions, which is home to the second largest stadium in the United States, with Beaver Stadium fitting 106,572 people. Pennsylvania is also home to the Pittsburgh Panthers and the Temple Owls. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more. If there is more stuff you wish I discussed or went more in detail with, let me know in the comments for a possible part 2. I hope all of you have a great day, and until next time, World Geo out.